What up, and welcome to another episode of the Back of the Class podcast. I am back.
Yes, thank God.
Thank God, man.
It's a dark time.
But now that I'm back, Juan is gone.
Oh, thank God. It's been a dark time with Juan.
Oh, man. Juan, we miss you. I don't know what the crap you're doing, but I hope you're enjoying your life right now.
Yeah.
So it's me and Zach Dionne. I am the Esteban Serrano for you guys who may have forgotten what my voice sounds like.
Never.
I hope not. Anyway, we got another dope show for you this week. We have to talk about this new Desiigner tape. Is it New English, Old English?
New English.
New English. And boy, is it. We're going to have a conversation about that. A new Travis Scott album is coming closer than you think. And the Gucci Mane phenomena continues with an album and possible reality show. We got to talk about that. But before we go any further, we have to say R.I.P. to a sports icon, Pat Summitt. She passed away. She is an iconic, legendary women's basketball coach. And she was just super, super duper important sports figure. And she passed. I believe she was 64. But she's a legend. So R.I.P. Pat Summitt. All right. Well, without Zach, what did you think of this whole Desiigner New English mixtape?
I think it's hilarious that it came out 2 days after Future and Esco's mixtape.
Yo,
I'm dying to
Esco Terrestrial.
try to create some kind of side by side. But yeah, it's here. It's a 6-minute
yes,
Panda tape. Sort
Panda
of.
tape. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree on that note.
Never has a dude stuck to his 2 ad-libs so hard.
Oh my goodness.
Between every bar.
That's funny because I listened to Travis Scott to hear straight up, and now you hearing the gunshots and the
the geek and
the
better.
geek.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God. It's all been background music so far. It definitely blends together.
Right. Mike Dean on his job.
Mike Dean did a couple. A lot of unknowns though too.
Right.
But it sounds good. It sounds like something I'd like to get going in the car. Definitely.
Right. Yeah. I mean, my impression of it was, honestly, man, just a sonic masterpiece as it pertains to the production.
Yeah.
Like the way, and again, that's why I credit Mike Dean, because I know he's credited as the executive producer, which in my mind means that he put the sounds together, mixed it, made sure everything blended well. So sonically, it was very pleasing to the ear. Yeah. And that's another thing that I think is lost in mixtapes nowadays, which is why I love good music, is because a lot of cats drop mixtapes. It's not mixed. A lot of time they're rapping to 2 tracks. They're not rapping to the full production. You know, there's not a lot of like drops and room for ad libs to come. They don't tuck things. Like this was recorded, I feel like an album. Yeah. Sonically, at least, it was presented in that way, which is what I really appreciated about it. Now, getting down into the context, the content rather of the album, I still feel like I don't know what the heck he's talking about.
Is there content, right?
Is there even content?
Oh, man.
But I do feel I feel like not only did he stick to the ad-libs of Panda, I think the whole project feels very Panda. It's turned up. It's Pandesque. It's turned up. I feel the energy.
Yeah, energy, definitely.
The energy is there. I feel, I just feel like it's some I've been in studios with artists a lot of times, and their processes obviously are different, but one of the processes that kind of stuck out to me was, I'm not going to name the artist, in the studio, they go in the booth with the beat playing, and they just harmonize, hum, mumble things. And then they listen to that for a few passes and words start to develop. I feel like this mixtape is just the first pass without the words developed.
Yeah. He's saying stuff, man, though.
And he is saying stuff.
They're all words, I think, to him. But it's New English. It's New English.
Well, and that to me also was brilliant. naming it New English.
Yeah, that is good. There's something there. There's like hints of something deeper here because, I mean, first of all, the intro and those 2 interludes, that being like the real classical, all of the lights interlude sort of thing.
Yes.
That was not expected
At all.
The cover art is very classy, kind of. There's a lot to look at there, and calling it New English. And there's a almost 7-minute song on there, which didn't expect. There's a 6-minute 45 song. Yeah. And Pusha T is on there.
Right.
That's good.
Who signed him.
Right. And brags about it in the song.
Yes.
Yeah. It seemed it was definitely what you're saying with like the one vibe. The blending was very deliberate for sure because those the first 7 songs are like 7 minutes, I think, and there is an intro, but there's like a less than 1 minute song, and the first 2, I think, definitely it sounds like it got chopped off at the end.
Yes.
And goes straight into the next one.
Because I looked down at my player and I'm like, did this skip?
Yeah.
Like what happened? Because it sounded like someone was on that record and is about to go in, and then it just disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this got me to sign up for Tidal for like the third, either the third or fourth time.
Dude, you can't be a repeat offender, bro. You just gotta own it.
I don't know.
Tidal's where it's at.
I don't want to add 10. Well, actually, I just switched to the Spotify family plan, so instead of paying $30, I'm paying $15. So maybe I'll just keep the Tidal going.
Listen, man.
I'm really surprised it was the Designer mixtape that pushed me over
brought
that.
you back.
Well, it was like that. I wanted to listen to the Jay-Z, Khaled, and Future song, which I bought on iTunes before finding out that I could do it on Tidal. And then also there's like a Reasonable Doubt like documentary.
Yeah, the 20, yeah.
So it was enough. It wasn't okay.
It wasn't amazing. I didn't learn anything super spectacular from it.
But just it's like the exclusives are gonna keep coming in these batches. Yeah. It's not like they have something great every single week, but they seem to do like 3 things at a time.
Right.
I want to listen to that Pusha T and Jay-Z song too, the Drug Dealer's Anonymous. I want to listen to that more because I checked it out. Maybe on your phone actually, since you had Tidal. But yep, Tidal's back up and running. They only charged me $1 to sign up. So
nice.
Thanks, Tidal.
Word. Now, are you a Designer fan? Did this mixtape change your opinion? Did it make you a stronger believer? Did it bring up some questions? What do you think?
Made me I wanted it to steer away from the Future likeness, and it is so much like Future now. Like he just confirmed it for more than a half hour.
Wow.
He just sounds so much like him, and there's, like we said, we don't know what the content is really, so he's not doing something different content. Right. You know, he's talking about lean, he's talking about Fanta.
Definitely is.
So
what I will say
is
Future is definitely more clear, which makes no sense because we didn't know what Future was saying for a minute.
Yeah.
But now he speaks eloquently.
Yeah.
In comparison to Designer.
I love this thing that Future and Esco just put out too. I think that's really great.
Esco terrestrial mixtape.
Yeah. It sounded like he's Future kind of like rode what was left of the 2015 wave with these things in January, Purple Rain and Evil, but now he sounded more energized and like he's really ready to make like a big comeback, sort of. Not that he has to come back, but to just kind of remind everybody. So
word.
The Future and Designer comparisons are not going to stop.
Then he's not helping.
It's going to come to a head even more, I think, between them. So we'll see.
We soon shall see.
Do you think they'll ever do a song together, like in the near future?
I don't think they can. We would never know the difference. We wouldn't know where one began and one ended.
Yeah, just harmonizing the whole time.
This I'm Designer, and now I'm going to rap. Unless you like tag it.
Oh right, yeah.
We not going to know who's who.
Right.
So forget it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but another one of our favorite good music members. Travis Scott.
Affiliate. I don't think he's
not a member?
No, I think he has his own thing that I don't know if anybody else is part of it, but
yeah, that's true. He might be.
He's one of those ones that's always on the good music stuff now that's not a member. They've always had those people where there's like one or two of them who are
2 Chainz.
You know. True, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Travis Scott has announced that his album's coming out next week.
Who believes that? Speak now.
Yeah, that's true. Damn, you got a point.
I hope though. Like one of my favorite things is when people put out albums inside of a year.
Right.
And when they're not like the people who always do that.
Right,
like,
right,
like
right.
Future, Young
Flood,
Thug, you know
right.
they're gonna have 5 things in a year. But
Right.
yeah, Travis's album was in September, and it's still so good. It's so deep. So yeah, if he's got another thing coming,
man.
like
Travis never disappoints.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely excited to hear a new offering. Not that I even got tired of Rodeo. Like, I didn't.
Nope.
I'm still actually playing Days Before Rodeo.
Yeah.
Because I love that tape so much.
Yeah.
And I'll play Upper Echelon from Al Farrell.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, the catalog is great.
Yeah, he's
You
so
giving me more
consistent.
music. You know, I'm not mad at that at all.
The Rodeo has kind of come at the detriment of the 2 tapes before, because it's kind of, those are still so good, but it does bury him a little. But now I've been on such a Travis Scott bender. Like, I made a playlist that's the mixtapes, the album, and then just like all the significant features.
Right.
And it's just my favorite thing, listening to that right now, like every day, man. I love it. So I can't wait for more. But do you think, okay, so he, like, beginning of this year, I think, put out this song with DJ Mustard, Whole Lot of Lovin'.
Right.
And I really liked it, but it was, there's, I don't think, any verses really, or rapping. And then he did the song Bake Sale with Wiz Khalifa.
Right.
Now he did this Champion song with Kanye. And
he's on a Diplo record.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then this Juicy J and him made a song called No English.
Right.
And they're all just like, it seems like he's really ready to be like a pop guy, man. Not like a fucking Justin Timberlake.
Right,
or something,
right.
But he seems like ready to make the kind of crossover money and not really worry about rapping if he doesn't have to.
Now,
have
do
you
you
noticed
think
that?
that's I have noticed it.
Uh-huh.
And like that's kind of been one of my favorite things about Travis, is that he's an enigma. When it comes to like the record, you don't know what Travis you're getting. Is it going to be the rappy Travis? Is it going to be, you know, Drugs You Should Try, where he's just singing and he sounds great? We don't know. Is it going to be a rocky Travis? Like, we don't know which one we're going to get.
Yeah.
So I'm never disappointed in whichever one he gives us.
Yeah.
I would love to see him try to approach some more poppy records. Maybe even in the context of an actual project. Just for my listening pleasure, you know, as a fan, I really don't know if he can sustain a true pop career.
Right. Because, it doesn't.
He's
you
too
don't know.
druggy, underground, dark weirdo.
True, yeah. And I don't know how, with the pop stuff, how wide of an offering he has to give before it's like before it's, 5 versions of that Whole Lot of Lovin' sort of thing.
Right.
But I'm not worried about it. I just think it's really interesting because I wouldn't expect him to be the guy who's going to start to develop that.
Now, do you think it's some Rihanna influence? What do you think is bringing about this? Because with not to bring up Meek and Nicki, but Nicki had a lot to do with a lot of the records that were on the new Meek album. And those had a little more, the Weeknd record, a couple the record with Chris, the records that were more radio friendly, where they weren't that present on the first album.
Right. Definitely.
Travis has us, true hardcore fans, locked in.
Yeah.
So did Rihanna maybe rub off on him and say, what
or
are you going to play on
or
tour?
Kanye too.
Or Kanye. I feel like Kanye's kind of been dipping back from the pop scene, though. He doesn't really want to be a part.
I think I will always count Kanye now as like a pop artist in addition
he is
to
pop
hip hop.
I agree. Could not agree with you.
Just because of the size and because it doesn't have to always be hip hop for him.
Right.
But yeah, and on the Rihanna album, there's this song Woo that it wasn't produced by Travis, but it just sounds so, and I think he's doing some vocals in it, and that's on my Travis Scott playlist.
Word.
So yeah, I don't know. He has announced 2 things. One is Astro World, and one is Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight. So I think that's supposed to be the album that's coming.
Oh my goodness, man.
Birds in the Trap. Yeah. So
Sing McKnight, like Brian McKnight.
I don't fucking know what he's doing.
I don't know, man. I don't get it, man. But I'm there.
I'm ready.
I'm in. Yeah. Another thing that I've noticed that I loved about Travis was the merch.
What does he have?
So he has like these dope like flight jackets that are straight up like old rodeo, like a cactus on the back, like some like yarn embroidered like Texas desert scene.
Yeah.
And it'll have like, it's rodeo, or it'll have Travis, it'll have like a cowboy on it. Like, I like that it's not like just T-shirts, and it's not just like, snapbacks. It's not like a traditional hip hop offering in terms of merch. Like, I really feel like, there's pieces.
Yeah. He seems really like he's a new wave like of his own, and I love how he's Texas, and he's just a whole new kind of Texas.
Right.
And it's always interesting to think about like what is it like to be a hip hop artist in Texas.
Yeah. There's so many cultures, so many scenes in that state.
Yeah, and he's so like that merch. And then what's the other thing I'm thinking of? There's a video recently of him at a show, at a huge show, and he's got a white fan in the front, and they're singing Antidote, I think. And he's just like, yeah, man, sing the N-word with me. Like, let's do it. You're cool with me. Like, this is good.
That's crazy.
And it wasn't just like a quick little clip. It was like, wow, this is something to really watch. Like, this guy is really a new generation in a way that is different from the other kids in his generation. You know? He's so unique. He's not in the same zone as like Chance the Rapper or Desiigner or A$AP Rocky.
Right.
It's really cool. I don't know like what's in his head, but I think it's going to continue to become more evident and more prevalent. So
yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how he flourishes. And I feel like he's not an artist he doesn't have to, the rules don't apply to Travis.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what he sells, what he doesn't, if he tours, if he doesn't, what happens. Like, fans are bought in, and I'm sure that the people behind him understand that this is something special. And it might take a couple years for him to be acknowledged as a great or whatever you want to call it, but he's definitely making significant contributions right now. So let the man rock.
Yeah, and also just to talk about Kanye a little more, just in terms of the double attack of rapper, producer, triple attack, and singer. Yeah, because he could just be out there producing and making, like, shaping the whole sound of hip hop.
Yeah.
So, by the way, I looked at Rodeo at the credits recently. It takes so many listens and looks at the credits before I won't look at them, and very little of it was produced by him.
Which is even iller.
And it just sounds like he made the whole thing, though. Like, how did he get all those producers to like bend to his thing?
And that's a great producer.
Yeah. He's a good curator. He knows how to pick stuff and knows how to shape things.
He knows who to work with to get his sound. To the point where when you listen to Yeezus, even though he's not credited, you hear his sound.
I've heard you say this before, that Yeezus is all Travis to you.
I feel like it's all Travis.
Yeah.
Which I love. I mean, I love Travis Scott, so you know, it is what it is.
All right, well, good job, Travis. We're ready for next week. Please make it happen.
Yeah. We're not holding our breath.
Yeah.
But we're ready for it.
And pick up the phone, too. This song with Young Thug and Quavo, that is like my favorite song right now. I love it. And that is one of the poppier things like we're talking about, but that's just so good.
Again, Young Thug has never sounded better than when he's with Travis Scott.
And he's on a song on this thing with Future, and they beefed like really hard not that long ago, and they made a song together. Right. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right.
The world is changing. Gucci Mane is home.
Yeah.
He's a cultural phenomenon now.
Yeah.
New album coming out soon.
Yeah.
New reality show.
Oh my God.
I understand, like, when Lil Boosie came home, it was the same interest. When Shine came home, it was the same interest. But we haven't seen those really sustain themselves. We haven't seen them really, equal any real significance.
Yeah.
Do you think Gucci Mane has what it takes to capitalize on all the attention he's getting now and turn it into a sustainable, real launch?
Yeah, he seems so. My biggest interaction with him since getting out of prison has been all these clips from his Snapchat that are showing up on Twitter, and him just being like really funny and talking in accents and stuff, and just like I don't know. he just seems really happy and
Right.
really.
And he was miserable, it seemed, before he went in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is a big comparison. He definitely seems way more, present and enjoying life.
Yeah, and this thing, it seems like he's mostly been working with Mike Wilmeda and Zaytoven, who are like two of my favorites. I love piano so much in hip hop and just everywhere.
Right.
And Zaytoven is just like, he's one of my favorites because I love his little just improvising piano all over every record. He's just so talented, and Mike Wilmeda too, obviously.
Right.
So.
No, I mean, I'm excited definitely for a Gucci album, especially what he's been giving us lyrically as of late, and it definitely seems like he has some stuff to talk about. It's not about, iced out Bart Simpson chains and ice cream face tattoos. It's definitely some substance. So I'm definitely interested to hear, the transition of the maturity, or even the self-reflection of a Gucci on this new album.
And just that it's so quick and fresh right after he got out.
Right. It didn't take him any time.
Like
right.
I don't think you listed Lil Wayne in your list of people what happened to them after they came out of prison.
You're
and
right.
That was like the before prison and after prison Lil Wayne is like, that's the border. And he took a long time to put out the Carter 4, and the Carter 4 was like not good.
Right. That's very true. Yeah. But like I almost skipped over Lil Wayne because while he was gone, there was so much Lil Wayne music out that we didn't miss him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he missed being out.
Right.
But on the airwaves never let Drake and Nicki never let him go away.
Yeah.
And Birdman's brilliant plan of shooting all these videos, even though 90% of them didn't come out. But that's because his music sustained so long. You didn't have to drop another single. There wasn't like it came off and was cold. It's like, here's a Wayne single, here's a Nicki single featuring Wayne, here's a Drake single with Wayne. Wayne's name is mentioned in it, so it just never died. So it never had to get to that point. But
I would love to see, when we're talking about the lack of content from Desiigner, and I'm not this type of guy, but I've just been starting to feel like, man, I gotta start listening to some music with some substance some more. I'm just listening to way too much hip hop that's just there's nothing to the lyrics or the content.
Right.
And, I love just production, and I love sound so much, so that will always carry me. But imagine if Gucci Mane was the one to come out with like, I would love to hear. I mean, have you been watching Orange Is the New Black or no?
No, I quit.
Okay, well, the stuff that it's doing with the prison system and with racism within there and with profiling and with just how much easier it is for the white inmates and stuff. It's been so thought-provoking, and they really upped the game. I would love to see a rap album tackle that stuff, because that's way more important right now than more shit about the chains and the codeine.
Agreed. Wow.
So that'd be cool if he decided to do it. It seems like he did a lot of thinking in there. And just that, like we were talking about the handwritten lyrics of the first song that he came out, and it was like, this was shit that was on his mind, this was stuff he really thought about.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm hoping that it goes in that direction. And now, with that being said, talking about all this great substance and content and things of that nature, he also has a reality show in the works. It's never really been much substance or anything to those, especially since, from what I understand, I'm not sure if it's a rumor or if it's confirmed yet, but due to some stuff that came out at the Love and Hip Hop reunion that they've been filming, they had fired everyone on the Love and Hip Hop cast. That was the most successful Love and Hip Hop franchise, and they're all gone.
Why?
I have no idea. Something came out. I don't know if they were I think from what I understand, they were Stevie J and Jocelyn was saying that their relationship was never real. It was all fake for television. So that really pissed off VH1 execs, and they're like,
reality TV was fake.
Was fake, yeah. No, that's not true. No. Get out of here. We're firing everybody. For whatever, who cares? But like Gucci Mane reality show. I mean, and like you just said earlier, you've been really enjoying his Snapchats and tweets. So maybe there is some genuine interest in seeing some content around Gucci would you watch a Gucci Mane reality show?
Sure, man. Why not?
Really? Now, you've not been into Love and Hip Hop or any of that stuff.
No, and I just haven't watched any reality shows in so long. So,
And why is that?
I'm just not interested.
Right.
Yeah.
So the character.
I want to see a hip hop survivor.
Oh, come on, dude. A hip hop survivor would have to be like in the hood somewhere, though.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You can't take these
Pacific
dudes into the
Islands,
jungle,
man. Yeah.
Nah,
that's what I
man.
want.
They got to be the concrete jungle.
Nope.
Come on.
I want them to make a shelter and go to tribal council
There ain't no way in God's green
and
earth.
dap Jeff Probst.
All the rappers going to die first night.
Yeah, well, it'll be good.
Oh, I can't, man.
Don't do rappers that we don't want to lose though.
Wow. So cast it right now. Who are some disposable rappers you can put on in the Pacific Islands?
Oh my God. Damn, I don't know, man.
You guys at home, tweet us. What are some disposable rappers you would love to watch get on a Survivor-like show? And in case they pass, R.I. Pizzle for shizzle, but we won't miss them.
I don't think he's disposable, but something tells me Tyler, the Creator, would be really funny.
I think that he'd be great at
Survivor.
that, but definitely, I agree, not disposable.
Yeah.
Not a disposable rapper, but he seems like he would be fine with eating bugs and stuff, obviously.
Snoop Dogg, maybe?
There's no way in the world.
He
Snoop
finds
Dogg
something
is
in the
fine.
jungle he can smoke?
No way in the
No.
world. Uncle Snoop.
They keep
is
him
not
safe
going
out there,
anywhere.
though? No.
No.
It's gonna
Anyway, I'm interested in a Gucci Mane reality show just because I would like to see him kind of rehabilitate back into regular society. I want to see how that is. I would love to see, a firsthand take on the A&R to the streets that Gucci's been over these past couple years, discovering new artists, fostering new artists, and, giving them a platform. I think that the things that I want to see on reality TV is probably more documentary and a lot less reality. So,
Right.
I mean, a peek into, his life is going to be interesting. I just hope that it's, like, about real stuff.
Well,
and
the
not-
people that would walk onto the show too, especially if he did it in Atlanta, you'd be seeing all kinds of people every
Right.
week. That would be really cool. I think the reason that I would watch it is because I'd like to watch a hip hop reality show that's to do with somebody in the forefront of right now.
Yes.
At that same time.
That's very
not
true.
after the fact, not really out on the edge of
Right.
hip hop, but like have a
Right.
major figure. While he's in the news every day, while he's making music every day, and
Right.
also have a show. That would be good.
No, I think that'd be great too.
Yeah.
And hopefully, there's no self-incriminating stuff going on that's not legal in the state of
we've
Georgia.
had
yet.
we've had enough of that.
Yeah, we definitely had enough of that. But anyway, what are you listening to, man, this weekend?
4th of July, man. 4th of July
That
weekend.
sets the bar.
Probably some Michael Jackson.
Yo, you can never go wrong with some MJ.
It's always a good time around 4th of July.
Ever, never, ever,
Yeah.
ever, never.
Yeah. I'm expecting a shitload of new music to appear. For some reason,
Barbecue
Memorial
music.
Day and July 4th weekend, rappers go crazy with the new stuff.
Right. That's because they want to be the talk of the barbecue. They
Yeah.
want to be the soundtrack of the barbecue.
Yeah.
Word. Well, I just discovered maybe 2 weeks ago via my homie Jahi. He played me some Mick Jenkins.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rapper. I'm not sure where he's from, but he reminds me of a Kendrick Lamar in terms of his content.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely doesn't have the styling of a Kendrick Lamar. He's definitely his own type of rapper, but bars for days.
Wow.
Content amazing. Very unique in his approach, in his visuals, and in his look, and in his feel.
All right.
Mick Jenkins. Went to a barbecue. He played me some Mick Jenkins. I was like, yo, what is this?
Cool.
Now I'm going.
I've seen
Mick
his
Jenkins
name around,
wormhole.
yeah. And also the woman whose song you recommended called what, Alaska?
Oh yeah, it's on
her song
Spotify
came up
now.
in the wild for me. A friend was like, I got to show you this song, and she put it on, and it was that. And I was like, okay.
Maggie Rogers,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I saw her thing was up on Spotify the other day.
And I'm
Finally,
going to keep
Alaska.
going with the Designer and with this escrow terrestrial.
Right, Esco Terrestrial.
Yeah, and like I said,
Word.
the Travis Scott nonstop playlist is going to keep going too.
What is that playlist on?
I just made it. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me, man. I want to hear some of this. Travis. But anyway, you guys, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
As always, we appreciate each and every one of you listeners out there. If you love the Back of the Class podcast, please be sure to subscribe so that you can get us each and every Thursday.
It's a beautiful thing.
Rate it so that other people can discover our podcast, and leave us comments so you know what you like and what you don't like. So, and have a safe 4th of July weekend. Be safe. Remember, last 4th of July, one of the prominent New York Giants blew his fingers off.
Yeah, don't shoot yourself with a firework.
Don't. Just don't. Just listen to some music, turn up, and enjoy the fireworks. Maybe even on television.
Let Desiigner's ab libs be your fireworks.
It definitely sounds like some fireworks. It sounds like Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
Every time that man is in the booth
All right.
doing my ad libs. All right, y'all. Enjoy your life.
Peace.
Peace.